Hey everyone, Scott of the Scott Man, and we are here in the beautiful English city of York, located along the River Ouse, and it is my second time here because the city is absolutely fantastic and I did not get to really see much of it the last time. So I decided to make a full day trip here today and explore York once again. But the city is so amazing, I definitely am looking forward to checking it out again today. And not only that, but I need to film a new video anyway, because the old video I had was not as good of quality as compared to the videos I filmed today, so I have to come back. Yeah, York has been around for a very long time, dating back to even when the Romans were up here in what's now northern England, and of course later became under Viking control. Because don't forget, York has its name originated from the term Jorvik, which of course dates back to the time of the Vikings. It's not just the name of the big Viking attraction here in York, also called Jorvik. And of course, after the Normans captured it now is a very nice city full of tourism and lots of delights here today, here in England. So let's go up and explore the beautiful city. And over here in the gardens here, over at this end, we have St. Mary's Abbey. This dates all the way back to the days of William the Conqueror, so it is just about a millennium old. Just think of that. And look at here in the York Museum Gardens, we have the Yorkshire Museum. It is an archaeology and natural history museum with many artifacts dating back to the Roman times, and of course also the Saxon and Gothic artifacts and Viking artifacts too. So they have a really good Viking exhibit inside there too, where you can really dig deep into the history of the Vikings when they were here in present-day York. So if you want to experience the Vikings, there's two ways to do it. You can either learn about their history and see some cool real-life artifacts here inside the Yorkshire Museum, or you can experience it by checking out the Jorvik Viking Center. That's something I really would like to do, but I'm not going to really be able to because of this big backpack I have. And from what I saw online, yeah, they're not really allowing them, which is unfortunate. This beautiful site here, this is the Booten Bar. This dates back to the 4th century. And what's really cool is that over here, you can climb the town walls, or the city walls here. Let's go do that now. I have to say, it's really cool getting to walk on the city walls like this. Because yeah, along the city wall, especially if you go between Booten Bar and Monk Bar, you get some of the best views of York Minster. And one thing to note about visiting York is that don't be confused when you hear the term bar, because a bar is not a place where you drink alcohol here. It is basically looks like a gate, but a gate is actually a street. Alright, we made it back down from the city walls. That's Monk Bar back there. So let's go explore downtown York. That actually hit my microphone a little bit. All right, and we've stumbled upon the Shambles Market. It's got everything from clothes to produce to meat, fish, you name it. It's quite a thriving market, I have to say. There's even a little bit of a food court as well, too. And over here, this is the Shambles. Back in the 16th century, back in its glory days, this was known as Street of the Butchers because there used to be hooks, which some hooks are still around today, where you used to see a whole bunch of red meat being hung on the hangers here. So it was a little gruesome back in the day, but nowadays it's very popular with tourists. Lots of different shops and gift shops. One little tip about visiting the Shambles: if you want to get some perfect photos, go early, like 8 or 9 o'clock in the morning early. I did that, and I'm so glad I did because it got a lot more crowded while filming that. All right, so let's go check out York Minster next. And here it is, the crown jewel of York. This is the York Minster. It is both a minster and a cathedral, and it is the must-see sight here in York. If you do want to go inside, though, you do have to purchase tickets ahead of time, though. Thankfully, I went ahead and did that. York Minster is absolutely beautiful. This is such incredible architecture. Located to the east and southeast of the Minster, you have a statue of Constantine, who was proclaimed Roman Emperor back in 306, right near this spot. 6 years later, in 312, he converted to Christianity and introduced it to the rest of the Roman Empire. That was absolutely beautiful. I think I need to go get some lunch. And there it is, Drake's Fish and Chips. I heard it's supposed to have some amazing fish and chips in there. Let's go inside before it gets really crowded. All right, made inside, and like what's cool about Drake's Fish and Chips is you can either eat inside the restaurant like I'm doing, or you can get some delicious fish and chips for takeaway. I decided because I needed to sit down for a little bit in the restaurant, so I got their haddock and chips. And of course, you can either get mushy peas, curry, or gravy. Got the mushy peas this time. Mushy peas are really, really good, I have to say. Give it another bite. And then, of course, the chips here are French fries. They're good, although the chips need a little bit of ketchup or tomato sauce, is how it's called here. Alright, and then here's a... Oh, I gotta be a little careful, it's a little hot. But this looks amazing. This is cooked perfectly. This is fantastic. What I heard the other, I think they get the fish from the North Sea. Amazing spot, great place to get some food, especially fish and chips, whether it's to dine in or for takeaway. Those fish and chips are absolutely delicious, and no worries, I did not leave my gray fleece at the restaurant. It's in my backpack. All right, let's go explore more of York. Well, Yorkshire Museum, you might be able to see actual Viking artifacts, but to really experience the Vikings, you can go inside the Jorvik Viking Center over that way. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to go in with this large backpack, so I'll have to miss out on this trip, but it's always the next time, though.
Although I'm probably not going to go there on this trip, but Rustique's supposed to have some really great food in there too. It's a French restaurant.
And over here, this is Clifford's Tower. It's part of the remains of a old 13th century castle, and if you head inside there, you get some pretty cool views of the city of York, although it is for a fee and you have to queue up, so because of that, it may not be incredibly worth it. But if the queue is short, it may not be too bad to check out, but we'll pass on this trip because I'm not staying in a long queue.
And over here, this is the York Castle Museum, right across from Clifford's Tower. What's cool about the York Castle Museum is that you can go inside and you can learn more about the Victorian era of York, and of course not only that too, but you can even see, or at least get a glimpse of what York used to look like during Victorian times. I'd go in there, however, they don't allow videotaping, at least for what I saw. I think unless you have like written permission or something. But I've heard it's supposed to be fantastic.
I remember getting a comment in my old 2015 York video about one of the must visit sites. So unfortunately, not going to be able to check it out on this trip, but I'll have to come back for a third time. So after not being able to show you a couple different museums here, you probably feel like I'm cheating you out on some great footage. Not to worry, because we're going to go to a museum where I can film. And best of all, it is absolutely free to check out. Have a little bit of a walk to get over there, though. And here we are, just over by the railway station. This is the York Rail Museum. This museum is absolutely free to check out, which is really cool. Not only that, but well, maybe before I say anything further, you do have to pre-reserve an arrival time in order to check out the museum. But what's cool is that this is the largest railway or railroad museum in the entire world. That's right, a lot larger even than that railroad museum I checked out in Galveston, Texas just a few months ago. So alright, so let's go in. This time I can actually film inside. Alright, so we're heading into Station Hall. Alright, now we're heading to the Great Hall. Great Hall looks even more massive. Take a look at all these locomotives and trains in here. This is a Eurostar right here. And this here is the Shinkansen, which is a Japanese bullet train, and first was originated back in 1964, and the Shinkansen trains today can travel over 200 miles per hour. And you come all the way up here, you get a huge view, or spectacular view of all the trains from up high. This is absolutely incredible. I gotta say, that museum was really cool. There are so many different trains and locomotives all lined up in both Station Hall and also the Great Hall. Alright, so before we conclude this video, I need to go get some more food, but this time we're going to go back to the Shambles Market we saw earlier and get some food over there. But we'll walk along the River Ouse first.
we're back at the Shambles Market, and I think a burrito sounds really good right about now. It's cool they got these different market stalls. They got burritos, they got crepes, pancakes, those savory pancakes, fish, pizza, lots of things, lots of different choices. Alright, so I got my big burrito here. Definitely looks like something you get from Chipotle or Qdoba or something, but yeah, this looks really good. This is good stuff. Delicious flavor. It was only $7.50 too for this. Cheaper than Chipotle. Well, I'm gonna compare that to US dollars, maybe around the same. Yeah, that burrito was really good. Better than Chipotle even. But you can find some good food options at Shambles Market. Apparently, I've stumbled upon a chocolate festival. Yeah, look at all these treats. Not only chocolate, but yeah, looks like even ice cream as well. Churros y chocolate, or churros and chocolate. See a bunch of brownies over there, even chili jam. All right, I'm gonna get a brownie. Now that's what I call a brownie. Chocolate goodness. I've had such a wonderful day here in York today. It is one of my favorite cities here in England. Just a lot of cool things to see and do. Lots of history. Of course, dating back to Roman times when it was originally called Aboricum. I think that's how you pronounce it. And of course, going to the days of being Jorvik, when it was controlled by the Vikings, and of course, leading through the times of the Normans and leading up to today. But if there is a city other than London, or if there's only one city outside of London that you can only, or which you only have time to check out, York is the place to go, because you will not be disappointed. York is such a fantastic city. It's my second time here, and I already would love to come back for a third time. Alright, well, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to click that subscribe button to come along and join me for the adventure, and don't forget to click that notification bell so that way you know when a new video goes live. Well, thank you for watching, and this is Scott, or the Scott Man, signing out from York along the River Ouse.